Hi everyone. It is a super hot day today and I'm at my studio just for a few minutes. I have a big day planned, but I just wanted to show you which babies I'm getting ready to do. I'm doing a big batch because I have 2 projects and then I have my regular 5 babies to do, and then I am going to take a baby break. I'm going to work on some silicones. So this is my last run for vinyl for just a couple of weeks, and I'm going to work on some silicone and then come back to it. If I don't switch gears, I'll burn out, and I think it's a good time for me. So this round we're going to do an aria because everybody loves aria. I love aria. She's awesome. So that's a baby on my workbench. Christopher. And I love this baby. He's pretty cute. Doing, I think, maybe all Bountiful Baby Realborns this time. Clyde asleep. And I also put these babies on Instagram too. Aspen. She's really cute. Doesn't she look like her and Aria could be twins, sort of? I think so. I'm guessing in real life they're probably related, right? Darren awake. I've only painted him once and he turned out really cute, so I can't wait to paint him again. With him, you just have to get the eyes right. Here's James. Isn't he adorable? I've never painted this baby. I can't wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, one last baby. I thought I was doing a Big Joe, but I guess I'm doing a Landon. Huh. I accidentally put Landon in here. I meant to put 3-month Joseph in here. Shoot. Well, that's okay. Happy accident. Let's paint Landon. The deal with this kit, if I'm remembering, the reason why I've waited to paint it is because it was a seconds. And I think I bought it from another artist and it had like a flaw. Let me check those limbs real quick. I washed them, but I really wasn't paying attention. This one looks okay. Yep. Here we go. This was why I hadn't painted him. There's some Sharpie there. And I remember when I got this kit, I tried to get it out with acetone. I don't do the whole pimple cream remover thing. It's just too much work for me. And that's not a deal breaker for me. I won't do, a regular reborn doll with something like this going on. It will have to be alternative. And there's the other bit right there. Shoot. Well, tell you what, I had planned to do 3-month Joseph as an alternative, so I'm just going to do Landon as an alternative. This was the wig that I made for Joseph, and let's see if it fits Landon. It'll fit. Yeah, it'll work. It'll work. I'd show you, but it's just not going to look great right now. It's got to be like this whole thing going on. Huh. He has a very masculine face to me, not a very feminine face. I kind of need to think about this. I sort of want to save that wig for Joseph and do Landon as a boy. You know what? I am a firm believer that synchronicity happens for a reason, and I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to go forward and do a pink-haired Landon and turn him into a girl. It should be interesting. We'll see how it goes. I have nothing to lose. It's all about fun, right? I have 2 belly plates, and I think they're going to be for Christopher and James. I'm only doing 2 belly plates this round. He's going to take a lot more layers than everybody else because he has that staining from the Sharpie. Oh, Sharpie. It's one of my most favorite things. I love Sharpie. I have a collection of Sharpies. I do a lot of fun stuff with Sharpie, but not on reborns. Sharpies and reborns do not go together. I cannot see one reason why they ever would. Nope, 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 nope. Anyway, you know what? Use a Sharpie for whatever the heck you want to. It's supposed to be fun. If that's part of your vision and you think that's going to look great, you go for it. I am not the boss of the reborn world. And damn it, I think I might just make a Sharpie Baby. So remind me if I forget that I promised to make a Sharpie Baby, and I so definitely will. We'll have fun. I mean, hey, you know, everybody's got that sculpt laying around that, you know, has some weird flaw, or it's got that funny purpley skin that you just can't neutralize, and you're thinking, ugh, I meant on. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do have a really hideous colored sculpt. I mean, it's like purple, and I have no idea how to manage that. Oh, it's going to be painful. And so maybe I'll do a Sharpie Baby with that. My wheels are turning. I'm starting to get excited about it. Okay, I'm all over the place today. It is so hot in here, just so hot. I have my little inside in the AC, and he is watching television, getting his screen time in. He earned it. He had a long day at school today, or in school today, because we are still doing online school. I had to get him some fidget things. I've just never had such a fidgety kid before. His hands and feet are always going, and it's hard for him to sit in front of that screen and be still. So when I was at Target, I got him this little toy that you pop bubbles. It's made out of silicone, so you can't hear the bubbles popping. It just makes a very satisfying little sound that you can barely hear. I bought him those stacking rocks, those wooden blocks that are shaped like rocks, and they're painted all different colors, and you can stack them up. So when his hands get bored and he's not able to sit still, he has something to do that won't be disruptive, won't make noise, and he can still listen to his teacher. You know, I think a lot of parents might say, he's just going to have to learn to sit still. That's a part of life. And maybe it's so, but I happen to be one of those people too. I can't just sit down and watch television. I've seen people like sit for hours watching TV, or they lay in bed and watch a movie. And although it sounds really nice sometimes, I just can't do it. I have to be working on something. I'm, you know, sorting through my bills, or I'm rooting ahead, or I'm folding laundry. I usually, if I'm going to watch something, you know, binge something on Netflix or something, I'm out here working, or I'm watching it while I'm doing dishes. I'm just busy, 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 busy. And I think he is the same way. Bless his heart. Just is a busy boy. So you're probably wondering, why is she putting the same color on this baby that this baby already is? And actually, honestly, I'm going a little lighter. That's because I want this baby to have super pale skin, sort of like the clown baby that we did, just not as white. I plan to use some bold colors, I think, on this baby, so I want it to have a good base. This pale flesh tone has some matte varnish in it. Some people like to prime, some people swear they never do, and I'm kind of like the person who sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. It's just a feeling I get. I look at that vinyl and I think, ooh, that's going to give me some trouble. I need to put something on that. I don't think this vinyl would give me trouble, but since I've been around reborning, which has been about 3 years, I have experienced really nice vinyl. I did buy, when I first started, some sale kits that were kind of orangey or kind of yucky and shiny. They were just a little bit more crude than these, but the Reborns, their vinyl is really nice, and sometimes, like this baby, I can feel it. It just has a really velvety texture. You can tell it's going to be an easy baby to paint. Babies I have trouble with are babies that have like a rough texture, that really hard German vinyl, or babies that are super shiny, because you're just fighting that shine the whole way, and it's slick, you know. And when you think of painting something slick, it feels like you're painting and patting and it's coming right off. And with lighter skin tones, you don't pounce as much, at least I don't. I'm just kind of patting gently. I don't want to pat that paint right off, you know. I'm trying to just place it on there, not take it off at this stage anyway. Later on, when I'm creasing and shading, you know, I'm putting on more color than I need, and then I'm kind of wiping off the excess and pouncing in the darker color. But for the lighter colors, I don't find that I have to do a lot of pouncing. I just have to make sure I get good coverage. Because if you get a gap, what ends up happening, at least for me, is that you're playing catch up with that spot all the time. And another thing to pay attention to is if you get glue or you have any oils on your hands from, like, let's say you just got back from lunch and you sat down, or you got up to have a snack real quick and you had any residue on your hands from food or anything oily or greasy or sticky. Oh my goodness. This paint will go right over that oily, sticky spot, and then after you bake it, you'll have this gummy grossness, and you kind of have to scrape it off, and it takes off all the paint. It's a pain in the arse, so just make sure your hands are clean, and I should have gloves on. I have been telling myself, woman, you need to put those gloves on because you don't want to get any weird sickness from all these chemicals, and that's what they are. They're chemicals. I'm going to put a tiny bit of baby skin over that inky spot as if I were, you know, using some concealer on a blemish. Looks good, looks good. There's that little spot. It's starting to go away. It's going to take maybe 3 or 4 bakes, I'm guessing. This is the baby with the greatest amount of ink, and that's just the first layer. So when I bake that, that's going to fade just a bit, and then I'll just keep at it and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to get that to disappear, but I have made little magicy things happen once in a while. And I have my phone connected to my drying rack, so every time I stick a baby in there, I think we're all going to get seasick. I just thought it might be nice to have a different view. It's like a cooking show. That's another thing I want to do. For my oldest son's birthday, I got him one of those meal kit delivery things. He's vegan, and a lot of times he just doesn't have the time to do all the prep work. And I was like a little disappointed. I thought, I paid 70 bucks for this? Give me a break, you know? I could have bought a lot more groceries with that money. But the cool thing is you get these really cool recipe cards that you get to keep. So they're recipes I can make forever. And then, you know, there's maybe some ingredients there that I've never cooked before. But today I made this really weird pasta dish. It had whole wheat pasta, which I love. I absolutely love whole wheat pasta. It's less gluey to me. It has a little bit more texture. And it had sun-dried tomatoes, fennel, corn, believe it or not, Swiss chard, oh my goodness, lemon, garlic, all kinds of stuff. Finished it with a pesto and a coconut cream. And I thought, oh, this just sounds absolutely disgusting. But I'm going to make it because, you know, the people who invented these recipes are chefs. They know what they're doing. Open your mind, open your mouth, take a bite, venture bite. So I did, and it was absolutely delicious. It was really, really good. And then the other one was black-eyed pea burgers. Now, holy macaroni, that was so delicious. They were really good. And I buy them, you know, frozen, and they're like $4 or $5 for a couple. No more. It is just so much cheaper to make them from scratch, and they're so much more delicious. And I just was thinking about all the possibilities, you know, all the different flavors that could go into it. That's what I did today. And while I was doing all of that, I thought, you know, wouldn't it be fun if I filmed this? I make all kinds of mistakes when I'm cooking, and that's kind of fun too, you know. I personally love watching cooking shows. I don't know if I'm cooking host material, but what the heck, you know? It's just for fun. Why not? We don't have to do babies all the time. I'm gonna do one of these belly plates, not because it's going on him, but because this one is very orangey, and the kit that it's going with is super pale vinyl. So I just want to get both of these on the same page. I don't want a super dark belly plate and a very light baby. And this will just kind of neutralize the color just a little bit.